Okay, today we are playing a game on Route 66. We are in the Bronze SR range, and we will be playing Ana the entire way through. And our current team composition is Reinhardt, D.Va, Junkrat, Bastion, Ana, and Zenyatta. So, it's pretty terrible. We may have to just tear down the whole thing and start again. First off, Reinhardt, still not really a hero in the game, still doesn't function correctly, still not very good against dive. We don't want that. We'd rather have a Winston or a Zarya, preferably a Winston, but Zarya would also be okay. We don't want a Junkrat or a Bastion. Get that shit out of here. We want, like, Reaper, Genji, Pharah, McCree, Solid. We want any other DPS heroes, basically, as long as they aren't from the defense tree, pretty much. You know where the defense tree is on your monitor, right? Like, sort of like, in this general area. Just, like, get a piece of paper and, like, tape it over that whole section, because those heroes are all, like, pretty bad, usually. Sometimes Mei is okay, and, like, Widowmaker and Hanzo if you're really good at them. But, like, basically, we might as well just, like, scratch that whole area off. So, Ana, Zenyatta, D.Va, that's all fine. Whatever, you know. Perfectly average. So that's that. Let's start the game. But there were some questions in the accompanying email, but we will talk about those at the end of the game instead of the beginning, because I know how I am as a person, and if we talk about them now, it's just going to be like 30 minutes of aimless rambling before we even start the game, so we're just going to talk about it at the end. So, right at the start, we can see that our team is standing where we don't want them to be standing. This doesn't necessarily matter to us this much. This is why I'm up in the corner today, by the way, because this is the gentleman that transcribes his thought process in the closed captions. So, team standing where we don't want them to be standing, but we're playing Ana, so it doesn't really affect us. We can just stand on the gas station and heal them anyway, and it's all good. It's all fine. So there goes D.Va. Yep, she's putting herself behind at least 17 walls, so we just can't see her at all. Miraculously, she doesn't die, if you can believe it. She actually gets away, and that's how you know there's no justice in the world. There's no Pharah in this game currently either, so there's definitely no justice in the world right now. Don't want to throw that grenade. Yeah, don't want to use the grenade to heal people. You don't want to use it between fights. You want to use it during fights to swing the fight, basically. You don't want to use it to heal people quicker between fights. So, Reinhardt is going to commit a social faux pas in a minute and get himself killed. It starts off good because if you look, you can see like the loading bar above his head when his shield breaks. He's like, oh fuck, my shield, right. Well, that's kind of important. But he's going to go in and start swinging in a minute. And there he goes. Now, we would like to throw the grenade at him in this situation, but because of where he is, it's not really feasible because he's behind Orisa's barrier. So we'd have to try and, like, hit it, like, here so that it splashes on him from hitting the wall. Not really feasible. Reinhardt's just making it as difficult as possible, basically, over there. That being said, we didn't really need to throw the grenade into this group of people. I know why you did, because they're getting grouped up by Orisa's right-click. But if you look, the only person that's actually hurting here is Zenyatta. D.Va's getting into her mech. Bastion took some damage. You can just shoot the Zenyatta. D.Va's gonna get full HP in a second. So we still didn't need to use the grenade in here anyway, because we weren't actually healing that many people with it. Reinhardt, fuck him. You know, if he's gonna go off and do that, that's his business. Tried to trank Lucio. Missed him. Feels bad, man. Fair, because if you hit him, he should theoretically die in that position. No one on our team can actually just, like, insta-kill somebody from, sleep. That's not true. Zenyatta can right-click them. He's the only one, though. So we're probably not going to consistently kill someone if we trank them, but Lucio should die if we trank him in that situation most of the time. So our whole team's dead right now. Except for D.Va, but D.Va's going to go get herself killed. Don't worry about it. That one's fine, honestly, because you should expect to get chased down, pretty much. You don't want to use the grenade to heal yourself, but, like, the only health kits that were really close to you were still pretty far away, or not actually somewhere safe, because, like, the gun in the gas station's close, but you can't go get that. And, like, the one in the building around the back is still pretty far away, and people might chase after you. There's also no fighting happening currently. So, like, you don't want to use it to heal yourself, but it's fine to do it in that situation, because by the time your team actually gets back anyway, theoretically, your healing grenade would be back up. So that's fine. Don't worry about that one. Basically just, like, grenade yourself and then keep walking back, because the McCree shouldn't have gotten to kill us for like that, because we should have just not been in the tunnel anymore. Because why are we in the tunnel at that point? Our team's currently dead and coming back. There's no reason for us to stay that far up, and we just let ourselves get picked off by McCree. So the grenade is fine, just, like, keep walking away, though, afterwards, basically. So our whole team is dead again, over here. Which is very sad. D.Va trying to get killed again, as we can see right now. Hanzo, he threw his skill at us, but his skill was too far away, so it parted around us, so that's good. D.Va currently backpedaling away right now. That was healing word means D.Va would stay in the fight. I mean, I wouldn't stay in the fight if I was the D.Va. She was staring at like 6 people by herself, so I wouldn't have stayed in the fight if I was the D.Va either. So, we have Nano Boost built up right now. We do want to use Nano Boost as quickly as possible, but we don't have a super obvious setup on our team, right? So, also, yes, the Yellow Man is coming to take our fun away from us in a second, as we can see right there. But first, right, so we have Nano Boost. And we're looking to use it as quickly as possible, because it's that kind of ultimate that we want to use it as quickly as possible so we can start working on the next one. The thing is, we don't have anything super obvious to use it on our team, right? And this kind of ties in with a question in the email. We don't have, like, a Genji to use with Dragon Blade. We don't have a Soldier for Tac Visor. We don't have something obvious. We don't even have, like, a Reaper for Death Blossom, right? So, what do you do if you don't have an obvious Nano Boost target? Well, basically, what we're looking for is somebody who can do a lot of damage very reliably, right? So it's like, ults are obviously the most obvious example of this, where like, Tac Visor, he's gonna hit him. Dragon Blade, he's gonna hit him. If we don't have that, Reinhardt's okay, theoretically, assuming his hammer doesn't suddenly become intangible mid-fight. D.Va is also good, because if she's going in, she's got shotguns, not exactly a precision weapon. If she's on, like, a Mercy and she's nano-boosted, the Mercy should die. Junkrat's also fine, because, like, he does a lot of, like, AoE damage, and if he's nano-boosted, he might just, like, randomly kill people. Basically, we're looking for somebody who can do reliable damage, well, like, high reliable damage, and we want to nano-boost them when they're in, like, what seems to be a good position. Like, if Reinhardt's charging in, hopefully, like, theoretically, that means the Reinhardt sees an opportunity to actually start a fight. So you nano boost him while he's charging in, because then if he pins somebody, they're definitely gonna die. Then he's in their team and he can start swinging at them, right? And he'll take reduced damage and all that. If D.Va's, like, going in to, like, dive on their backline, you nano boost the D.Va because she's on their backline and she should, like, chew them apart if she's nano boosted. If Junkrat's just, like, up on a high ground, like, overlooking the enemy team, and they don't really seem to be worrying about him, just, like, nano boost the Junkrat. Maybe he'll just, like, shoot down and kill people. We're looking for reliable damage in what seems to be a strong position, generally. But also, right, don't worry about it that much. Here's how I generally advise people with their ultimates. If you're in a position where you're thinking, should I ult now? Or should I ult this person? The answer is probably yes. Because if you're in a position where you're thinking about it, then it's probably a decent position to use it in, because otherwise you wouldn't be considering it at all. Right? And like, Ana's ultimate is so fast to charge. It's like it is the fastest charging ultimate in the game. Debatably, like, Pulse Bomb's faster, but it's one of the fastest. So it's not terribly punishing if you misuse it. And so if you just, like, the fight's starting and somebody's in, like, an okay position, just, like, nano boost them. They'll do more damage. Just use it right at the start of the fight so they can do more damage. Don't worry about it so much if you don't have, like, an obvious one. Just, like, use it on somebody you think can get damage done in the fight as quickly as possible. And if you've got something obvious like Tac Visor or Dragon Blade, you save it to combo with that. But, so, remember how I said I was going to address these questions at the end of the game? Oh, fucking hell. God damn. I've got no self-control. So, here comes Yellow Man. We missed the trank on him. Feels pretty bad right now. So, right there, grenades off cooldown. If somebody's on your face and you're, like, if somebody's diving you, like McCree is right here. This is generally going to be a Genji or a Tracer, but it's McCree in this situation. If your grenade's up, spike it on the fucking ground, because that heals, I mean, when you've taken some damage, just like spike it on the ground, you'll heal up to full, half their health is gonna be gone, you can usually just kill the person at that point, because you only have to like shoot them twice, right, or shoot them and punch them, something like that, and they're gonna die. And like, they usually have to just stop. Like if it's a Tracer, and you just spike it on the ground and hit them, that Tracer has to stop fighting you because she might just suddenly die. Genji is generally going to stop fighting you because he might suddenly die as well. So, if somebody's diving you like that, just like, wait for them to be close enough, bam, hit yourself and them. That's going to like drive them off, if not kill them. So we've come out here, we threw this grenade down in the middle of Transcendence, which is a bit overkill, because the Transcendence is 300 HP per second. So it's, you know, it's a little bit overkill to have the grenade going on that one. McCree's over there, our dart's not off cooldown again, we get killed by McCree from High Noon. Feels bad, man. Bit of an unusual position to be in, really, so, you know, shit happens sometimes is what I'll put it down to. But yeah, if you're getting dove on, bam, hit yourself and them. That's gonna usually, like, win the fight, honestly. Because, Ana is, like, very good at defending herself, actually. Sometimes, right, like, sometimes I see the Ana get killed by the Genji or the Tracer, and then they, like, change to Zenyatta, and I'm like, you have just become about 5 times easier to kill. Right, why have you done this? Ana is, like, besides Lucio, Ana is the one with the most ways to protect themselves. Debatably, she's better than Lucio, because Lucio doesn't get to just push E and then drive a Tracer off, usually. So, I'm coming back around. Still got Nano Boost. We do have a Bastion as well. Bastion is, like, okay, because, I mean, again, reliable damage. His ult is also decent to combo it with, because basically he won't die. Like, there's no way he dies at that point going in, and the splash is just as good as hitting them directly, so Bastion is also okay to combo it with. Again, it's for, like, reliable damage, right? It's like a giant fucking hit scan rocket, basically. So, reliable damage, or just, like, Bastion in turret form is also reliable damage.
So I guess we can't shoot anything.
So, right, so here's I like to set a story, right, for the games that I see, and the moral of the story in this game is, D.Va's a fucking cunt, right? Just, like, listen to the D.Va as this game goes on, because fucking hell, holy shit. We're even gonna watch some of the in-between rounds game this time, because they said something that made me laugh out loud the first time I heard it. It was so good. I loved it. So you can look forward to that one after this round. That's why he's a cunt. He does that after he says every single fucking thing. So, we've got Nano Boost. Yeah, you know, we do want to be out here sooner. Like, why is that? Let's go back and, like, sort of see what was going on.
Our DPS can't aim.
Basically, we're giving up on the point, right? That's not an unreasonable assumption, honestly. But, yeah. So like, right here, honestly, Nano Boost one of them. Like, any one of these 3 people, probably the Bastion, or the Junkrat, maybe, whichever takes your fancy. Just Nano Boost one of them, because, like, if we're gonna hold the point, it's gonna be here. We can build another Nano Boost if we need it. Like, there's still nobody great to combo it with anyway, so you might as well throw it on one of them and see if they can get some work done. They wouldn't have, I can assure you, but, as we can see, but, if I come out there and I see those 3 people overlooking the point like that, I probably Nano Boost one of them. Maybe even just the D. One of the 3. Whichever one takes your fancy, I would have Nano Boosted one of them to be like, alright, maybe they'll hold the point. They weren't gonna hold the point, but maybe they would have held the point. We have an ends. Yeah, So switching to Lucio isn't necessary. This is very true. Yes.
That's why it's so impossible to get out of bronze.
That's why it's so impossible to get out of bronze, because you always have 3 supports? That doesn't make any sense. Seems like that doesn't quite seem to check out, but... So Lucio's just gone off and gotten himself killed, as we can see, from Hanzo's unending skill. So now we actually have a soldier, right? So now we have something to combo our ultimate with. But he's just changed to soldier, so he's nowhere close to using Tac Visor. So we don't want to save this nano boost for him, because it's going to take him a while to build up Tac Visor. We can use this one and build up another nano boost in time, most likely. So we're still looking to use this one as quickly as possible, because soldiers know we are close to being able to combo with us.
We're still at 3 kills.
So,
We haven't killed shit.
yeah. So, I would have nano boosted the Bastion right there. This is difficult because Bastion doesn't actually make any noise when he's goes into a tank, so it's kind of, a little awkward, but I would nano boost the Bastion, because he's in tank form right now. We're still just looking to use this, so he's the best you could get. Fairly hard ultimate to use him solo queue in bronze. Well, again, it's just like, when somebody seems like they're in a strong position, just use it and see what happens, basically. I would have nano boosted the Bastion because he's in tank form. He should be able to get something done, so we should nano boost him to see if he can get more done, basically. At this point, now Bastion's dead. Now we should probably just nano boost the D.Va, honestly, because here comes Reinhardt. Nano boost the Reinhardt. Do we nano boost the Reinhardt? I see Reinhardt charging past right there. I might have already nano boosted the D.Va while she's staring down the team right there with Lucio and us. But if not, I see Reinhardt charge past, I'll nano boost the Reinhardt, because I would assume he's gonna aim something like so. So I would just be like, alright, we'll nano boost him, see if he can get some work done when he ends up in there. He's Earth Shattered now, so now he's also obvious. But I think we've had a few opportunities now to use this nano boost that we could have used it. Managed to trank the Orisa right there. She didn't get to put down her bongo or anything, but she was dead regardless, so it's like, it helped, but oh god, that's spooky, we got out of the way. Great. So, we're managing to get some of the momentum back right here. I would spike the Lucio with the grenade right there, because we're already winning this fight. We're winning this fight quite handedly, in fact. So it's not like we're gonna need to use the grenade to swing the fight, really. This Lucio, if you spike him with the grenade, he's half dead, he should die super fucking fast. So I just spike the Lucio with the grenade right there to make sure he dies quicker. Because Lucio is somebody he's very squirrely. People tend to struggle to kill Lucio at the best of times, but we're in Bronze SR, so they're gonna struggle even more to kill people. Who knows what the fuck this D.Va's up to? That's also a fair use of the grenade. Because we hit, Bastion, D.Va, it's all good. But I would just use it to kill the Lucio, basically. Orisa's coming back, by herself right now. That's not okay. Don't do what Orisa did. D.Va's over there counting how many kills, or how many eliminations is gold right now. And, she's like, oh yeah, I've got gold kills. She's killed, none of these people, actually. She's killed, maybe one of them, but she's like, eliminations equals kills. That's what I love about people, kills, eliminations. So, Soldier went and used Tac Visor. We didn't have Nano Boost built up to combo with him again yet. Feels bad, man. Whatever. He shouldn't have even really been using Tac Visor anyway, so it's kind of whatever. A lot of not legal maneuvers have just been pulled off back to back to back to back right there, because Soldier, Orisa wasn't allowed to do what she was doing. D.Va wasn't allowed to do what she was doing. McCree wasn't really allowed to be using that High Noon. Soldier wasn't allowed to be using Tac Visor. And Lucio shouldn't be using this sound barrier. So we've just watched, a great many grave errors occur back to back to back to back to back. But that's what you expect from Bronze SR, so So yeah, we should be standing up on the truck. The truck, it's high ground. High ground's really overpowered, as Master Obi-Wan Kenobi showed us. And we're close to the large health kit if we need it as well.
Please shut the fuck up.
So Reinhardt's telling him to shut the fuck up right now. Fair enough. I would also be telling him to shut the fuck up. Now, this is the sort of attitude I like. This is why I don't join Team Chat at all. I love fighting people on the internet. That's why I don't join Team Chat. It would just be me arguing with every single member of my team for the entire game. 'Cause I fucking love to fight people. I don't even have to win. The fight it doesn't matter what the outcome of the fight is. I just like the fighting itself. because I'm kind of weird like that. Kind of an aggressive person, actually. I don't know if, like, this has come across at any point over the last, like, what, 6 months? Yeah, you know, I like to fight. So, we've got Nano Boost built up right now. We, again, don't really have to worry about saving this one necessarily, because we just saw Soldier use Tac Visor as well. So if we see just, like, a decent opportunity to Nano Boost somebody, like, he's over there still fighting, so he's built up some charge by now. But if we see, like, a decent opportunity to ult someone before he uses Tac Visor, that's also fine, because we know he just used his ultimate as well. So theoretically, we should be able to build up another Nano Boost soon anyway. So, we Nano Boost the Bastion right there. I would have Nano Boosted the Bastion as well, for what it's worth, but I would have done it sooner. Because basically I'd be like, alright, all you now, Bastion. Right here, like this happens, they're coming in. I'd just be like, alright, get him, Bastion. I'd Nano Boost him right there. And then that wouldn't do nearly as much damage to him, and we'd be able to just heal it through him. We've Nano Boosted him too late for him to actually do anything with him because he's already taken the damage. I would have Nano Boosted the Bastion as well right there. I would have just done it sooner, and he would have probably not died as a result of just doing it slightly sooner. Because, you know, Hanzo throws his skill at somebody, they probably die. But if they take what, 30% less damage? Is it 30% less damage? I don't know what the stats on Ana's Nano Boost are offhand. I think it's 30% damage reduction. Enough that he wouldn't have died, because we would have also, you know, stacking with his own damage reduction as well. Good times. Oh, women damage reduction used to not have a cap on it. Oh, good times. It was actually terrible, but, you know, it was good times. God, this game was so bad at one point in time. God. And we didn't even know. Isn't that the funny thing? We didn't know how bad the game was at one point. But now, we're a more enlightened species now, and we understand. God, there used to not be a hero limit in this game. God damn. So, we use our grenade to heal ourselves right there, because McCree is on the high ground shooting at us. That's fair enough. We don't want to have to do it, but if we didn't do it, we'd probably die, so it's fair enough. McCree's still up there. Nobody's really going to, like, deal with it. We missed the Grit Trank right there. Feels bad, man. We didn't, like, anticipate him walking forward, basically. Which is sort of the thing I've noticed with the Tranks that we've missed. You're sort of aiming at the person, rather than slightly ahead of where they're going. Because it is a very slow projectile, actually, so you do have to lead the shot a little bit. Because if you go back and launch the last time McCree was on us as well, we just shot directly at him. We're not, like, anticipating movement, pretty much. So, we, managed to kill off their momentum. We've actually only got 20 seconds left in the round, so it's going okay now, actually. This is not that unusual. I find most games on Route 66 are decided in the third checkpoint, because this is the easiest point to defend. Like, the street phase is fucked, pretty much, and the gas station is not terrible, but not fantastic either, so I find most games are decided on this checkpoint, so this is not very unusual. So I wouldn't be overly concerned about it, especially if they don't actually get it to the end of the track, which they don't, actually. Not to ruin the anticipation or anything. So there's a shield in our fucking way, which is very inconvenient. For a second I was like, why didn't you trank the charging Reinhardt? And then I was like, oh wait, I'm fucking stupid, aren't I, actually? Yes, I am. So, good use of the grenade. We got it on the Reinhardt as he's low HP, on the D.Va. D.Va's gonna definitely die at that point. Soldier just died right there. That sucks. We've got Nano Boost. At this point, we're just gonna Nano Boost fucking anybody, because, like, we're gonna win the round regardless, so I was just like, Nano Boost somebody, whatever. So, we're gonna watch the, between round action on this one, because the D.Va said something that I thought was fucking hilarious. It wasn't during this part, though, so we can skip it. Oh, there we go. Oh, we almost ruined it. Okay, go back a bit. It's really good.
Easy to kill, but if he charges out of the group, he's gonna die. Yeah. If you watch some YouTube videos on Reinhardt, short charges into like walls to squish like Mercies and stuff is good. But if you charge across a map, you're
Stick to
more
the
than
plan.
likely to be
And if you get into
focused.
trouble, I'll bail
hey.
you out.
Yeah, I've got a gold hammer as a Reinhardt, so believe me, I've got 58
It
hours,
worked this game,
144 hours as Mercy.
It worked this game, didn't it?
Commences in
I've got a gold hammer and 15 hours on Reinhardt. You're in fucking bronze, though, aren't you?
Charges.
Why? Also, why aren't you playing Reinhardt? Why did you not elect to play Reinhardt? How suspicious. I thought that was fucking
Yeah, I'm
hilarious.
just saying, when I was doing all those big charge things, was right
I've got a
when we were
gold
stopping.
hammer, so trust me. 15 hours on Reinhardt. You're in fucking bronze, dog. The sad thing is he's not
Yeah, I know.
wrong, because you do want a short charge to, like,
Bastion.
pin people into a wall. You don't want to charge a million miles away unless you've got a super good opportunity. So the worst part is he's not wrong, but it, like, at the same time, you know, when the bronze player goes, trust me, I know what I'm talking about, might want to take that one with, you know, a grain of salt. You know, you can take some out of his pile of salt and then you'll have that grain of salt. It all comes together. So, coming out right now, people standing in illegal positions. We almost killed the Hanzo. I would have been tempted to throw the grenade at Hanzo. Because he's actually, like, even though we're throwing it onto high ground, he's right next to the wall. So he'd actually not be that hard to hit with it. And I would drop him pretty low. I'd be tempted to throw the grenade at him. Well, I'm not gonna tell you that's the right decision, but I would have been like, I think I can kill this guy. Back before they nerfed Anna's damage and she could kill a 200 HP hero in 3 shots. Those were the days. Oh. Sad times. So, Orisa is also standing in a legal position right now because she was standing on top of the fucking starting position for the payload, which is definitely not allowed. We've also got a Lucio going around right there. I would have spiked this Lucio with the grenade also because he's standing in a very illegal position. He's right fucking there on the edge of the screen. He's standing in a very illegal position right now, which is outside of our spawn. So I would just throw it on his fucking face and hope he dies for this, basically, because he should die for this. So I want to facilitate him dying by making sure he can't heal and half killing him. He's going over there right now. We tossed the grenade. Could have tried, we were trying to hit him and the D.Va, I think, which is fair enough, but I would have already chucked it at him. Just like point blank, basically. Like, usually, the grenade advice is you want to use it during a fight, and you want to try and hit, like, as many people as possible, because you're looking to try and, like, it's like the strongest thing about Ana, in most cases, so you're usually trying to use it to, like, swing a fight around. If you think throwing the grenade just on an enemy is gonna lead to them dying, do it. Because if all you have to do is use a cooldown to, like, basically kill somebody, just do it. If somebody's out of position, just hit them. They can't get healed anymore. You've half killed them probably, because they're probably 200 HP. 250, you know. You've basically half killed them. They can't get healed. That makes it much harder to save them. So if they're out of position, just throw it on their face if you think it's gonna kill them, or lead to them dying. It doesn't necessarily have to kill them, but if it leads to them dying, that's the same thing. So, like, usually you do want to use it in fights, yeah, but if you think you can kill someone, go for it. Because it's always worth killing somebody, basically. Killing somebody, like, if you can kill somebody on the enemy team, that's, like, the peak. Even if you have to, like, break an, Zarya bubble to do it. Cause, like, I see it so often, people be, like, chasing somebody down, they're gonna kill them, Zarya bubbles them, and they just stop shooting them. And then, like, they wait for the bubble to go away, and then, like, the kill's gone, cause it's taken too long. If you're gonna kill the person under the bubble, break the bubble. Because it doesn't matter if you give Zarya 40 charge if you fucking kill the person underneath the bubble. That's worth more than 40% charge. So yeah, killing people is always worth it, basically. Unless you have to trade like 5 of your own team to do it, then it's probably not worth it. But, you know, obviously. So, we used on the D.Va right there. Probably didn't need to, because she wasn't actually being pressured right there. So we probably didn't need to use it to heal her up. We could have probably just shot at her, especially since she was being healed by us and Lucio and the payload. That's fine. Like, you know, you're gonna have to do that. If your team's too far up, you're gonna have to be too far up as well. It's just a consequence. But the issue I have with this is one step deeper. You're standing next to a ledge and Lucio's right there, because the ledge is right behind you. If Lucio comes over and boops you right now, you go off that edge. So, like, I don't, you know, positioning really aggressively is fine, because, you know, your team's going off really far ahead of you. It's just that Lucio was also there, and you were next to a ledge. That's the issue I had. So we spike him right there with the grenade. Yeah, I thought it might outright kill him, but it didn't quite. But, you know, he's dead. So that's the important thing still. Reinhardt's coming back now. Fight's over, so he's not about to get killed very quickly or anything like that. Mei's doing that, you know, it doesn't really mean anything. You know, she feels like she's helping, though, so, you know, whatever, we'll let her have it. D.Va's up there doing that. She shouldn't be. Like, D.Va shouldn't be doing what she's doing right now because she's accomplishing nothing except giving Mei, like, half a fucking ultimate, basically. But, and we didn't even get to profit off it because we already had full ult charge. Yeah, didn't want to use that one. She's going on to the large health kit, you know. Not good times. So, we do have a soldier now, so, you know, we've got somebody to combo our ultimate with, so we probably want to save this one so we can use it with the ultimate. Unless we see, like, a sick opportunity to, like, nano boost the Reinhardt or something like that. But we're probably going to save this one. Feeling optimistic. I mean, you know, optimism is important. However, you know, we keep getting menaced by high noon, so I probably wouldn't have gone for that one myself. It's also hard to hit, like, an Ana with your Trank. So we could have been, like, shooting at the Pharah, rather. I said Ana, didn't I? I meant Pharah. We could have probably been shooting at the Pharah, like, more actively during this, because our team isn't really being pressured right now, actually. Like, we're here, like, right here, Reinhardt's gonna be fine. He's got sound barrier on him, he's being healed by Lucio on the cart, he's gonna be fine. You can just start, like, looking at the Pharah and trying to shoot her at that point, because they don't actually need your healing at that point. You could start focusing on the Pharah. We killed the Pharah regardless, but we could have been trying to kill her a little bit sooner. So Mei's used her ultimate right there. Looks like it got eaten by D.Va. Even if it didn't, that's a really fucking bad ultimate, so we're glad Mei did it, basically. Yep. Fucked up the dart right there. Feels bad, man. Got some excuses going on in there, I notice, but, you know, whatever. You miss, it happens. So, that happened over there is also, like, so many non-legal maneuvers are happening. Like, Soldier shouldn't even really be using Tac Visor here, but he is, so we nano boosted him, which is fair enough. But, like, they're in such a bad position that it shouldn't be necessary, so...
Behind us.
No.
I know. Hey, guys, come up here.
So, that's happening over there. Mei's behind us right now, like, bullying people around, but Sombra's killed her because Sombra actually, like, if somebody's fairly reliant on their cooldown, Sombra does tend to fuck them. Mei's kind of important. Mei's cooldowns are kind of important. Cooldowns, because she's Mei, get it? That's called humor. That's wordplay right there. So, I spike the Lucio with the grenade right there, because I think it will kill him. Because like, he's standing where he shouldn't be standing. Nothing's really happening over there. We just saw, like, Mei get killed over there. If we kill this Lucio, that's gonna feel really bad for them. And, like, you know, he's gonna get some damage in on us. So, like, if we just, like, walked into him a little more, we could have probably hit ourselves as well, actually. But, like, I want Lucio dead, because he's, you know, he's one of their supports. That's pretty important. We just got booped all the way in here, so we got to, like, dunk it on the D.Va instead, but, like, I would've shot that Lucio. And then, you know, you might kill him yourself. Like, you might not need help because of the position he was in. Pretty fucking out of the way, right? If he can't heal... Lucio players are very hesitant to change to the speed boost to try and get away, so he might just, like, hang out in the healing boost and, like, let you kill him if you grenade him. Basically, if I get the opportunity to, like, take off half of Lucio's HP, I'll take it, because that's usually gonna kill the Lucio. Because Lucio players are usually doing this, thinking they're fucking DSP stanky, you know? They're usually pretty easy to kill. They've seen those highlight reels. And, like, you know, we've dropped him really low, so if we... And, you know, hindsight's 20/20 and all, but if we did spike him with the grenade and then, like, shot at him a few times, he'd be dead. But hindsight is 20/20. So right there we tried to throw the grenade at him, but, like, D.Va swooped by at a very awkward time and just kind of, like, fucked it up, basically. Feels bad, man. So, Mercy's dead. Feels good. We got, like, a lot of stuff happening over here. Just, like, throw the grenade into the biggest mess of people you think you can get, really. It looks like, yeah, I wondered about this as well. It kind of looks like you're doing something. Like, someone's handing you something or something, because you just, like, stop very weirdly. Yeah, like, there's been a few opportunities here where there's been, like, a big mess of people we could have thrown the grenade into, allies or enemies, and a couple, like, a mix of both at some point, so, like, there's been opportunities to use the grenade in here. We are generally looking for maximum possible volume of people hit, and we've had a few opportunities in here. We use it right there, probably, like, one of the weaker opportunities to use it. Well, like, this is very depressing to watch, really. This is even more depressing to watch for obvious reasons. But, like, this whole thing, we've basically stood here watching the payload with, like, 80,000 people on it. And somehow, nobody on any team did any damage to anybody, right? Do you notice how just nothing happened for, like, 30 seconds?
We're not gonna move that payload, ever, okay?
I was talking about nobody killing Lucio. You might have noticed there were, like, 4 people there for, like, 30 seconds, because nobody killed anybody. But nobody killed anybody on our team until, like, somebody ulted. This is the, you know, this is the thing with, like, low SR to high SR. I've said this before, but, like, the biggest difference is, like, as you climb in ranks, the time it takes to kill somebody goes down. Like, very, you know, as you go up, killing people happens a lot quicker. This is, like, it takes, like, 10 minutes to fucking kill somebody. But then in, like, even in just, like, Platinum Diamond, somebody's out of position, there's a McCree, fucking dead. They step up to an Ana, like, Tracer oversteps her boundaries on an Ana, fucking dead. It doesn't take, like, these 10 minutes prolonged ordeals that you see in games like this. And that's, you know, it just gets, it's just so depressing. That's even more depressing, because he just put Tac Visor on and we were looking for him. Beamed in the fucking skull and dead. Feels bad, man. So, he just used his ultimate. It sounds like he didn't get it back, because it sounded like the visor actually went on him. So, like, that's also very sad, but she overshot it, so we managed to get out of the way. So, we're just gonna ult somebody, basically, in this case. Our Sombra just used her EMP, but fuck if I know where, because, like, we didn't even see the particle effects. Where is Sombra? She's over there? She hit, like, nobody with that. Like, she cannot have hit more than one person with that ultimate. How depressing. So Reinhardt's charging in, nano boost the Reinhardt. See, like, yeah, I would, you know, if I were Reinhardt, I would also Earth Shatter, but, like, boost him as he's charging in. You want to try and catch the Reinhardt as he's charging in. Because he'll do, you know, if he pins somebody, they'll definitely fucking die. He'll take less damage while charging in, which is generally where he's going to take the most damage. He's going to be in them, swinging around, so, like, boost him right there. Then, like, throw the grenade at him, because he's going to probably need healing in the near future. And you'll probably hit their team with it as well. So, like, this is fine, but we could have done it more decisively, basically. You want to be very decisive. You don't, you know, want to make snap decisions. Like, if you, look at the games that I've uploaded that were, like, masters, they are generally also kind of shit shows. It's just they're very decisive shit shows. People commit to decisions very quickly. There's no, like, oh, should I do it? Should I do it? No, no, no. You see Reinhardt charging in, nano boost, grenade at, like, him and the team. Start shooting at him. Don't, like, you know, we wait for him to be in, and then we're like, oh, can he do something? Right? Oh, is he gonna Earth Shatter? See him charging in? Fuck it, he's going in. Nano boost. Go do it. Go. Get him. Get him, boy. Decisive. Commit. And it's, you know, sometimes you're gonna commit to it, and it's gonna be the wrong decision, but that's how we learn. That's how we learn. Yeah, why do we fall down, Master Wayne? So that we can get back up again. So, a lot of shit happening over here. We can see Mercy's got her ultimate. We had an opportunity to actually throw the grenade at her right there. She's really low HP. Grenade hits her, she dies. Definitely worth using your grenade to kill a Mercy who has her ultimate. So right there, could have tried to kill the Mercy with your grenade. Which is definitely worth it. Now she's like full HP. We're in the Graviton, so we're just going to spike it at our feet. Fair enough. They all leave the point, so we get to get the checkpoint regardless, so feels good. We've tranked the Mei right there, and Lucio immediately wakes her up again, but we've grenaded her so she doesn't heal in the cryo freeze, and we kill her. Great, awesome. There's still some people over there. They're dead now. I think Mercy's dead. Mercy must be dead. If D.Va's dead, Mercy's dead.
Baby D.Va trying to shoot and shit.
What a cunt. So, we're already most of the way back to having another nano boost. We see, actually, maybe Mercy wasn't dead, because she seems to be coming at us from a very unusual angle right now. So we're trying to kill the Mercy. Mercy's dead now. We did hit her and the Lucio with that grenade, so that's a good use of the grenade, definitely. Lucio currently bouncing around on the point. Hit him with the grenade. Hit him with the grenade right there. He's the only support. Mercy's dead. He's the only support currently still alive. He's bouncing around on the payload, dragging it out. Throw it at him right there. You'll even hit, like, a few of you, like, for bonus points, but, like, we want this Lucio dead as quickly as possible. Because he's the one actually, like, touching the payload as well. And he's their only support. So there's, like, you know, there's factors in here. And then if we want to go full hindsight is 2020, he wouldn't have gotten to use his ultimate. I mean, he might have done, but, you know, probably not. So, we managed to get away from the blizzard right there, but we're still not exactly in a great position. We wisely do not wake that lady up, and we just walk on by, and we're out ski. Easy money. Great. You know, now we gotta wait for our team to get back. High noon's happening, which is a drastic misuse of company resources, so we're happy for it. D.Va's just said that that was only his third death. I somehow doubt that's true, but I haven't been keeping track at the same time, so maybe.
We have really kick-ass healers at least.
You know, it sounded like a compliment, then he did the fucking laugh again, and it's like, God, what a cunt, you know? So, we haven't got very much time left right now. We just pushed tab. Did Soldier have his ultimate? No, he does not have his ultimate. Wait, did he have it right there? No, that was Lucio, right? Like, ask Soldier at this point if he's got his ultimate, because, I mean, I know you don't mind talking to people, because you've been talking to people this whole time. So, like, ask Soldier what his ult charge is at right now, because that's information that determines what we're gonna do in the next 15 seconds. Because if he's near his ultimate, we'll save Nano Boost. If he isn't near his ultimate, we're just gonna Nano Boost somebody, because this is gonna be the last fight. So, like, ask him what his ultimate is at. He doesn't have it, like, a lot of ultimates are happening right now. I would have probably just Nano Boosted Reinhardt. Because, like, as well, I don't talk to people because I fucking hate them. But, like, I would have pushed tab, seen Emp happen, seen that Soldier doesn't have his ultimate, I would have just ulted Reinhardt. But, like, so we end up dying with our Nano Boost, and we end up not using it during the last fight. Like,
We got it further than I thought we would.
ask the Soldier what his ult charge is at, because if he's about to have it, yeah, save it. If not, just ult the Reinhardt. I would have just ulted the Reinhardt, because I push tab, I see he doesn't have Tac Visor, but Reinhardt's right next to the Empt team. I'm gonna Nano Boost him and see if he can get something done. Probably wouldn't have done, but you never know, right?
Yeah, I know he's on the other side.
So let's watch the play of the game. It's actually Orisa. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, so let's go over to the electronic mail and look at what was going on over here. So, one of the questions was nano boosting in solo queue when you don't have something like a Soldier or a Genji. We already kind of talked about that. So any thoughts on getting used to Ana mechanically and the scoped versus unscoped and reload timing? What I have found from watching people, I can go back down here now where I feel comfortable. So what I have found from watching people play Ana is that generally the Ana players have a preference where some seem to spend most of their time scoped and some spend most of their time unscoped. And it really just seems to be personal preference more than anything else. So what I would advise is just like, play like a game where you play mostly scoped, play a game where you play mostly unscoped, and see what feels better, basically, for you. And then like, go with that. Like, conventional wisdom is you want to be standing as far back as possible, so scoped is going to be better because of that your weapon becomes hit scan if you're scoped and projectile unscoped. But Some people are bad at using, like, hit scan heroes, and they're better projectile heroes, and vice versa. So, like, it does, you want to be standing as far away as Ana as possible, but if you still just feel more comfortable with it unscoped, then play unscoped. Like, whatever feels right, basically. I find Ana players tend to lean more heavily to one side. Like, I prefer to play Ana scoped, because I'm better at hit scan heroes than projectile heroes. So, just like, try like a game of each and see what feels more natural to you. And then, like, go with that. Just like, whichever feels more natural, focus on that side, get better at that side, right? Because, you gotta build up muscle memory regardless, so whichever feels better to you, just like focus on that one. Reload timing, I mean, it's kinda like, what I find happens with, Ana players with, like, reloading, because they're like, fuck, I gotta reload at the most awkward times, always. It's usually because you shoot somebody more times than you have to, because Ana's healing isn't immediate, it's over time, but it's 75 healing over one shot. So it's usually like, you heal somebody, one dart would have done it, but it doesn't heal them immediately, so then you shoot them like a couple more times. And then you end up using like 3 darts where 1 dart would have been enough, and then that leads to situations where you have to reload more frequently, and then because you have to reload more frequently, you're gonna be in like awkward situations where you're like, fuck, now I can't heal people, right? So, like timing was, when there's no fighting happening, that's gonna be the best time to reload because you're not gonna need to do anything. But like, just try to be conservative with ammo. Like, you can take this too far the other direction, where you're too afraid to shoot someone multiple times, and then you'll just not heal them enough, but I find it's usually they shoot people too many times, or they'll sit there shooting somebody who's like full HP a few times, because there's like nothing for them to be doing. Just try and be conservative with your ammo, but don't be stingy at the same time, right? You can take this advice too far in one direction or the other, but I find that's usually why, reloads end up being awkward for Ana. Was there another one in here? Sorry, I know. It's a reasonably lengthy email, so I didn't want to just like read the whole thing out, basically, so I'm just skimming it really quickly. The ultimate, mechanically, Ana boost, yeah. There's nothing, for getting used to her mechanically, there's nothing else that really comes to mind other than, I suppose, just like get used to using the Trank, because it's pretty important, because it's like, you get kills with it, and it's very important for defending yourself as well. So get used to like hitting somebody with the Trank, which is just like a lot of practice at the end of the day, because it's a very small projectile that travels quite slowly, actually. Just kind of have to get used to using that. It's just like a lot of practice, basically. And, we already talked about the grenade as well, which is the other thing I would have mentioned, but we already talked about that, like, a lot, so. And we've already talked about the ultimate, so that's kind of all the major points, really. As for major things that stand out in this game, we've already really talked about it all, like ult execution, grenades. Most of them you kind of knew. A few of them, like, there were more opportunities to use your grenade. Like, don't be afraid. The big thing there is, like, don't be afraid to try and use your grenade to get kills, because it's really good at getting kills, actually. Because healing debuff is really fucking strong. Like, it's almost Discord strong in terms of getting somebody killed. So don't be afraid to just, like, throw it at somebody out of position. Or throw it at somebody if you think it'll lead to them dying. Don't be afraid to use it offensively, really. Don't think of it as being a defensive cooldown. It's offensive and defensive, depending on the situation. And, yeah, we've, like, talked about everything else. Those are, like, the major things, really. So, thank you very much for watching, if you did. If you have any questions or want further elaboration on any of these other questions you've already asked, please feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. And I hope you found the video helpful.